Hello everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Cosolix, and today I'm going to be letting you guys know the best legend for every weapon in Brawlhalla. Just want to give a huge shout out to Phazon. He made a video very similar to this, and it's such a good video, but that video is now over a year old, and I've got some different opinions myself. If you want to check out that video, show it some love, I'm going to link it down below in the description, but keep watching this video because this is kind of more updated. It's for 2022. We got some new balance changes that just happened, and some of these character choices are around those balance changes, but there are also some choices that will set you up for the future, okay? I'm not just gonna tell you Katars everything, even though they're kind of broken right now, or at least most people think so. Guys, if you like this type of stuff, hit that like, subscribe, comment down below. Comment down below if you agree, disagree. Let me know your opinion on some of these. What are the best legends for whatever weapon you think? I'm going to be justifying my opinions, so get ready for that. Check out Cosolix.com. Let's get right into this. First legend, or first weapon, both. Lance. Okay, I've already got this out. It's Orion. And I'm going to agree with Phazon here. Orion is the most well-rounded Lance legend in the game, in my opinion. He's got great stats, great sigs. Spear's a good weapon as well. Spear's got kill options. The Lance Sigs fit well into the kit, so like neutral Sig is phenomenal at like an anti-air, and it keeps you on the stage. That's such good stage control. It's really good to have a signature that gives you stage control while using it, because then you don't have to reset neutral. Side Sig keeps you on the stage as well, and down Sig. The whole thing promotes Lance gameplay, and it's phenomenal. Down Sig is super great at putting pressure to people off stage while being far away. Like, it's got a ton of range like that, and Side Sig is super good at catching people from across the stage, and you can confirm kills really quickly off the edge with it. It's a really good move. Same with End Sig. It's just the most well-rounded Lance legend in general. I don't play Orion because I don't like Spear, and that's more of a personal thing. I don't like the movement for Spear, and I don't like playing it. It's not fun. And I'm not good at it. So, that's why I don't play Orion, but you guys should play Orion if you are a Lance player and you want the most well-rounded Lance legend. Next weapon is Katars. So the best Katars legend is actually Lucian, in my opinion, right now. And the reason why I say Lucian is because the dude's stats are extremely concentrated on speed and defense. And the reason why this is so good for Katars is kind of ironic, because Katars are usually bad at killing. However, these signatures are some of the best signatures in the game. This down sig has killed me at like 100 damage on small brawl because of wrenched. And look at the hitboxing on this thing too. It's ridiculous. Look at that stupid thing. Just for reference, look at the animation. It's a very small line. Look at the hitbox. They're massive circles. It's so broken. Like, anyways, so yeah, if you want a Katars legend that is designed to allow for Katars to kill, play Lucian. Ensig, does it hit grounded? It hits grounded. I didn't even know that for a second. I thought it did, but I just wanted to make sure. The neutral sig hits grounded. You have also like no recovery frames. Look at the size of these hitboxes as well. It's so big, this circle. Like, it makes sense, but still. And the side sig too, like, you can get some good momentum out of it, and it sends at a really good angle. Like, you set this to like 160, like, it kills. 150, it kills. 140, almost. It's a really good angle, and it's consistent. And the hitbox is really good too. It's like not massive. I'd say this is more balanced sig of the other two, but the end sig and down sig are actually ridiculous. And not to mention, blasters have a kill confirm, and they're a really good weapon too. If you're a Katars player, play Lucian right now. It's going to make it easy for you to win neutral, and you'll be able to kill. Next on the list, Spear. Okay, the best Spear legend, in my opinion, is Nash. Nash is just... Let me find him. Ganache. Let me find Ganache. Okay, Nash has some phenomenal SIGs that I think really complement his kit. If you look at Spear's grounded kit, you got something horizontal, directly horizontal, and diagonal. What is it missing? Range. It doesn't have something that hits far away. Look how far away this Mirage is. I can't do anything. I can't even dash end late, but I could do a dash side sig. I don't even know if I need to dash it. Oh, this is close. It's ridiculous. Not to mention, what else does Spear not cover? Something that covers right above it. You have to jump Nair in order to do that. Well, not anymore. You have an N-Sig. And look at these hitboxes. It's ridiculous as well. Just huge. And it's a different angle than downlight, so it complements it really well. Now, the only signature is down sig. I think this is a weird signature. I don't think it's as good. Why is this spear bending? Okay. It's a spear bender, bro. Massive hitbox. So it could be like really good off stage. Imagine if like they made it so it was like Scarlet Sig, so it's like a circle. Like this is an interesting Sig. It's nothing crazy, but yeah, these other Sigs just make up for it. Not to mention, I think Spear kind of struggles with killing sometimes, and to have D-Light Sair is ridiculous. Plus the Hammer Sigs are ridiculous. What does Hammer lack? Something diagonal. Well, you got side Sig. Look how much that covers! And you need something aerial, you got end sig. Like, the signatures make up for it, and it's just a phenomenal legend with some amazing stats. Next weapon, Cannon. The best Cannon legend, in my opinion, is Onyx. So, Onyx, in my opinion, is the best Cannon legend because the defense, but also both Cannon and Gauntlets have kill confirms. Gauntlets is more difficult, and I understand that. Cannon, it's absurdly easy to get kills with Cannon, right? You have a downlight neutralator that's ridiculous. However, like having defense and a decent kill option is good, but imagine if you also have broken SIGs. Well, that's what Onyx has. Like, okay, on Cannon, you have horizontal, right? But you don't have something with a lot of priority horizontal. Downlight doesn't have that much. Sidelight has a good amount, actually. But it's nothing crazy, right? Well, you actually got side sig, and look how much, like, range it has. It's so good for, like, catching people off stage like this without really committing. And also, you don't need to, like, throw yourself out there. Like, on Cannon, you have to move forward in order to cover it, right? Or you need to go forward to cover it. Even Enlight just doesn't have the range, but to just have, like, a bit more range like this is really key. And it's the same thing with the neutral sig. It's you maintain stage control with it, and also that's a thing. But yeah, you maintain stage control, and it covers an area that Cannon doesn't cover very well, which is that diagonal. Cannon doesn't have a diagonally upwards. You can dash there, but N-Sig really covers it, and it's a really good signature because of that. Same with side sig, and not to mention on gauntlets. As I said earlier, gauntlets struggle to kill, even though they have a kill confirm. And also Cider is kind of broken off stage. But it's the same thing. They have options that are really good. The down sig is super quick. It's basically a D-Light at this point. But specifically, the side sig has a lot of horizontal range, which Gauntlets doesn't have. Everything is close to you, like your body. But to have a horizontal ranged attack that also kind of acts like an anti-air, like towards the end, is honestly really good. And not to mention, the N-Sig is an anti-air as well. Like, sure, you have sidelight on gauntlets, but this thing covers much, much higher. Look at that. It's just a completely different option, and it works well with its kit, right? So, both Onyx's SIGs are really well-rounded, and to have high defense and good signatures is really difficult. So that's why she's the best Cannon legend. Next up, Scythe. Okay, this is going to be a hot take real quick, guys, okay? The best Scythe legend right now, honestly, Moonin. Or Moonin, I don't know how to pronounce it. A lot of people are like, oh, you should be playing Mordex, whatever. I actually think Bow is in a better spot in terms of balance than Gauntlets. And I also think Moonin's SIGs complement Scythe really well, right? Like, Scythe has a Neutralite, which is fine, and a Neutral Air, but this N-Sig is so much higher! And it flows in the kit kind of well. There we go. Like, you can do that same, like, N-Light N-Sig that Mordex has. But then also, like, it's massive. Like, if you are above someone, it also is, like, no recovery frames. Like, Mutant Sig Kit is phenomenal, and it's also still pretty freaking broken. Like, what else do you lack on Scythe and Neutral? Well, you don't really have much with horizontal range. Like, you got D-Light. Well, now you got Side Sig. Phenomenal, right? Okay, well, if you're, yeah, well, okay, we have stuff close to the body, so an on-stage D-Sig doesn't make sense. But off-stage, this is such a good way to put a Scythe player in the air, put pressure on your opponent off-stage, and catch landings or edge guards. Like, it puts you in a really advantage-heavy state for off-stage potential. This down-sig is great. And Bow as well, like, okay, Bow D-Light, like, Bow Side Sig, in my opinion, is like a weird signature. It definitely has a bunch of use case scenario. I don't play Moonin that much, though. It's kind of similar to Bow D-Light, and D-Light leads to recovery, so it's like, not a crazy sig, but it's still really good. But Bow doesn't have something directly upward, so this end sig, phenomenal. Great end sig. Especially since I think you can combo it like that. Like, still 5 dodge frames, but you can't really jump out of it, and if they don't have a dodge to confirm, it's just really good. It reminds me of like Koji neutral sig, right? And then the down sig too, it covers behind. Bow doesn't have something that can cover like both ways necessarily, and hit stacked at the same time, right? So it's just, they're really good sigs, and they cover parts of Bow that, you know, and Scythe especially, that Scythe doesn't already cover, so Moonin, really underrated legend. No one's really talking about her anymore because she got nerfed. But honestly, the best Scythe legend if you're a Scythe main right now, in my opinion. Next up, Sword. The best Sword legend, and I think this is just going to stay like this for a long time, if not forever. I'm just going to go with Bodvar. You have phenomenal sigs. This down sig is broken. The end sig is weird, but really good in 2v2, actually. And, like, just having... Sword is one of, in my opinion, the easiest weapons to win neutral with. Like, it's phenomenally quick, you can hold stage control really well, and has kill confirms, builds up pretty damage pretty well, not as good as other weapons. But it's really well-rounded, especially at winning neutral. But if you can win neutral on Sword, then switch to Hammer to kill, Hammer's a menace on Bodvar. Oh my god. Speaking of Hammer, Joke Down invites me to a room. I'll play with him after. But Ensig is a ridiculous move. Look at those hitboxes. That's straight out of 2016. Side Sig is really good too. I'd say this Side Sig is kind of weird, but look how big that hitbox is. And Down Sig has a lot of range, right? I don't think the down sig is as good because it covers same spot that Hammer already covers, but this end sig is a great anti-air, especially since Hammer doesn't have something that's an anti-air on the ground, so that's really good. And just having Sword as well as a secondary with really well-rounded stats, I don't think you can go wrong on Bodvar. I think he's the best Sword legend. I don't know if he's got the best sword, but he's the best sword legend because of how well-rounded he is. Next up, the best Gauntlet legend. I think the best Gauntlet legend is still Mordex, okay? I think, let me go to Mordex, show him off. Mordex. I think having Scythe as a secondary is really good because both Gauntlets and Scythe are really good at winning neutral. Like, they're very quick. You can build up damage very easily. You don't have many recovery frames to watch out for. Like, it's really quick and they're fun to play. Same with Scythe. And they're really string heavy, so they're fun, but also, like, Mordex's SIGs are still broken. Like, what do you not have on Gauntlets? Well, you don't have horizontal range, you got side SIG, and you got D-SIG. And D-SIG also kills really early off stage like that. Like, they're only at 140, and this is fully on stage. That is ridiculous. And side SIG, too. Like, it's just really good. And the fact that you can throw upwards, too, it's really good. Of course, the upwards force is nerfed, thank God. But it's just... The down sig isn't as good in my opinion as the side sig, but also end sig to cover like directly above you. I don't think it's as good as the signature, but it's still really good. And I think just the weapon combination with, honestly, Mordex is the best stats in the game. I think it's on par like with like Ulgrim as well. Like some of the best stats in Brawlhalla. Having low dexterity but decent speed, good attack, and good defense is key. I don't think too low dexterity is good, but like 4 dex is perfect, honestly. Like, perfect. You don't really notice it as much. 4 and 5 dex is like very similar. It's perfect. It's that sweet spot in my opinion, and Mordex has it. Not to mention the site signatures. End sig is ridiculous, side sig is ridiculous, and D sig is really cool to hit. But yeah, Mordex is a really good Gauntlet legend. I'd say like you know, just like it's a little special mention to Onyx. I think Onyx is also a really good Gauntlet legend, but I think just being able to win neutral so much with Scythe and Gauntlets, it's really fun to play Mordex. I still think Mordex is the best Gauntlet legend. Do I think he's got the best Gauntlets? No, but the best legend in general? Yeah. I think, yeah. That or like Onyx, but we'll go with Mordex. Best Greatsword. Okay, the best Greatsword is JM. Okay, let me find them. Come on, JM. There we go. The best Greatsword is JM. And this is because Sword is very easy to win neutral with, but also it has good kills, and this sig is broken. Like, think about it. When you're on Greatsword, this is your best anti-air, a neutralize it, right? Look at that hitbox, tiny. Look at this thing. Oh my god. It's crazy, like, honestly. What do you also not have on Greatsword? A lot of horizontal priority. Like, this downlight is your best horizontal move in terms of range. Well, now you got this shit. Oh my god, it's crazy. And it kills really early. It has so much range, it's absurd. And the D-Sig too has a lot of range, but especially it's really good at like baiting off stage with. Like, I don't think its D-Sig is as good as the other two, but still really good. And the Sword Sigs. This is a light attack still. You can change my mind. It has the most range out of any sword attack. Like, it's got more range than N-Light and D-Light. Side-Light doesn't really count because the hitbox is right next to the user. This is, like, such a good way to, like, put pressure on people without committing, which is key, in my opinion. And then what else does Sword not have? Something that's an anti-air on the ground. You have to jump recovery. Well, nope, now you got this thing. And you automatically start moving back to the ground afterwards. It's really good at keeping stage control. Especially if, like... Does this hit stack? No, it doesn't. But it's still, like, ridiculous. It's just a really good move. Last thing is down sig. This move's useless. The other two are good. But yeah, best Greatsword, it has to be JN. Just super well-rounded Greatsword. And Sword is a really good secondary weapon. The best bow legend? Diana. And I'm gonna show you why. Okay, there's a lot of bow legends that I think are really good right now. Like, I think Ember's really good. And I'm gonna mention her as well, because Katars are broken. However, I think going forward, the most well-rounded bow legend is Diana. Diana, you get kill confirms on both bow and blasters. Both bow and blasters, pretty easy to win neutral with. Blasters is a difficult weapon, but if you're really good, then you can win neutral with them, as Cody Travis has proved. And almost every world champion, other than Sandstorm, has played blasters. LDZ is a blaster main, or at least was when he won. Then Sandstorm won, and then Cody won. So we got either blasters or Scythe, and this is thanks to Boomy and Sandstorm, and obviously Cody now. And I think Boomy is also, like, a reason why LDZ might even play blasters. I don't know how close they were back in the day. I think they were pretty close, and there's a good chance that they kind of, you know, gave each other the idea to play blasters. Blasters is a really good weapon, combined with bow, and, like, what does bow kind of lack? It doesn't really have that much, like, horizontal moves. Downlight is your best one. It's a little risky. This side sig is ridiculous. One of the best side sigs in the game. Tons and tons of force because it sends at an amazing angle. This thing is a straight bullet. Like, if you send anywhere else other than straight horizontally, it's inefficient. Straight vertically and straight horizontally is the most efficient ways of killing. This move is crazy, other than the fact that it just whipped. It kills so early. We're in the middle of stage. I would not be surprised if it killed here. It kills at 110 on small bro. You see this, right? Let's go to 100. No way. Okay, 110. Ridiculous. Like, imagine you hit something like that. That's gonna kill at like 90, I'm telling you. Or 80 even. Okay, if the bot just chooses not to jump. Oh my god, bot. There we go. 80 health! Let's go 70. Light yellow. You can steal stocks with this thing. If you hit a side light, so 16 health, 96 damage, it kills off stage, just like a side sig like this. Like, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The end sig is great too, because bow doesn't have any anti-air on the ground. End sig also spikes. I'm pretty sure Ensig into, or delay into Ensig is either true or like close to true. I don't know. Maybe it's like 1 dodge frame. 2 dodge frames still. It's just, it sets up really well into its Sigs. The down Sig is a little bit harder to hit, but the other two really make up for it. And another thing with Diana, all her Sigs send downwards, which is honestly super ideal. Like, you're able to get Gimps because of them. Boomy has proved this time and time again. So, Diana, best bow legend, I think I've said enough. Best hammer legend, I'm going to give it to Thor. Okay? The best hammer legend, in my opinion, is Thor. And this is because on Thor... Oh god, that's not the right Thor. It's going to be Thor versus Thor. On Thor, you're able to build up damage really, really well with Orb. And then you're able to switch to Hammer to kill. And also, what does Hammer struggle with? Anti-air. Well, you got down Sig and neutral Sig, right? And side Sig for that extra horizontal range it kind of lacks. Like, phenomenal Hammer kit. Comboed with a weapon like Orb to build up damage. With defensive stats. Defense on a legend with high attack is key. Or not high attack. Defense on a legend with kill confirms is key. Because then you don't really need to worry about killing. Like, it's just, yeah, it's just kind of ridiculous. He's kind of in white health, so of course that's not going to work. But yeah, I've said enough. Thor is the best hammer legend, in my opinion. The best axe legend, Ragnar, okay? And there's a lot of good axe legends. Here's why I think it's Ragnar. The axe sigs on Ragnar are really well designed. You need something to put some pressure and get kill confirm off stage, side sig. You also got some nice horizontal range, and it kills very early, other than the fact that it hits like that for some reason. But yeah, it's just a really good signature. What do you not have? Something that covers directly above you, end sig. Just works really well. D-sig is a little bit weird, but another great thing with Ragnar is the Katars. Katars, in my opinion, are the easiest weapon in the game to win neutral with. The kit you have to work with is phenomenal. It's also great at holding stage control. And, dude, the Katar kit on Ragnar is so good at holding stage control. Ensig, when you don't... Like, the best anti-air on Katars is downlight, right? Look at Ensig. So much higher. It covers a great spot. What else on Katars? Well, you can't commit off stage unless you, like, fully go, right? Well, now you got this thing. So good, and it has like next to no recovery frames. Like, look at this, I'm already end lighting. Like, I'm not saying button mashing is a good thing, but like, it's just, it's so good. You could literally jump and you don't even touch the ground. Like, there's no recovery frames on Whip. Plus with some great stats. Axe is really good at killing. These Sigs are really good. Katar side Sig. Ragnar's the best Axe legend, in my opinion. Blasters, I'm not going to go much into blasters because I've already said this. Lucian's got the best blasters. Best blasters and best Katars. I think we're in a Lucian meta, honestly. Wrench has really convinced me. Lucian's a god tier legend. Just for the fact that you can kill easily with some of the best stats in the game to win neutral with. It's phenomenal. Like, just a god tier legend right now, in my opinion. Super duper underrated. Especially on lands happen again, Lucian is so good for lands because you're just able to win neutral consistently. And you can build up damage. Like, it's just really such a good character, honestly. And then the last legend, and again, I've already said this legend, but best orb legend, in my opinion, Thor. What does Orb kind of struggle with? I would say killing. Sidelight Stare is a kill confirm, but it doesn't kill that early. What's Orb good? It's good at winning neutral and building up damage. And that's what it does. It's got good strings. It's kind of like Sword. It's kind of really well-rounded. But I do think it kind of struggles with killing. So it's really nice to have high defense and then also have a weapon like Axe for the kill confirms. And yeah, I think Thor is the best Orb legend. I think there are good Orb legends, but like I think Hammer goes the best with the Orb out of any of them, especially since Hammer is so easy to play. So Orb legends or Orb mains can just focus on Orb a ton. Okay, guys, I know this video is really long. If you watch until the end, you know what? Comment. Just comment down below what if this video helped you, what your main is, and why you main them. Guys, thank you for watching. I'm tired of speaking. I'll see you in the next video.